All right, y'all. So the definition of algorithm is literally a process in which is a continuation of something that you do often. I have been on here in this social media world for way too long to not have actually just sat down and thought about this. Recently, I actually started like unfollowing pages and stopped liking content that just wasn't aligned with what I want right now. And what I mean by that is literally curating your content to be more positive in the direction that you are trying to go in life. So tell me why I was following several creators of single women, because I love us. I just enjoy us, the lover girls and the single girls. But I was following about 7 women that I've been following for literally upwards of maybe 5 years. Why are we all still single, girl? And it's okay to be single. I'm truly, genuinely feeling like everybody is on their own journey and their own ride. But my biggest thing is, how are you going to continue to tell me after all these years, all the plot thickens and stuff like that, and you haven't moved and neither have I? I just feel like we will remain single if we keep on doing this. I don't feel bad for saying this. I feel like we need to start minding our own business and following kind of creators or the kind of content that is like aligned with what we want. So I'm gonna be on the married pages, because what did y'all do? What did y'all do? Help a sister out. No more baby mamas. And Tyler Perry really had his foot up his ass with that Straw movie. So not following any shit like that. If you like it, I'm unfollowing you, because that movie was number 1. And just number 2, like, I'm sick of the perpetual plight of Black women. Like, let that go. But anyways, just like curate your content to be more positive in the direction that you are trying to go. I don't think that following a bunch of single people podcasts, red pill, blue pill kind of shit is gonna get you to the place that you're trying to get. It actually just creates like a lot of anger and a lot of animosity towards each other. Like, I used to really just be into this whole dating game. Like, yes, let's get it. The more, the better. We're going on dates. We're finding the one. And now I just feel like it's like one of these things where we're putting on a performance, we're auditioning, we're putting on a show for these men and these women and stuff like that. Just date. Like, I really want to date. I want to find a husband. But anyways, yes, I feel like you should curate your content. We should get off that. Take it off. Don't follow it. Don't like it. Don't share. Don't do nothing. That algorithm. Change the whole thing up. My shit's been so positive. I'm following like black wives that are stay-at-home moms, black wives that have kids that are graduating from high school, from college. They're so tea. Like, let's do that. I encourage you.
And as the saying goes, single women keep women single. And I think Lady J kind of made a little correction to it. And she said some single women keep women single, right? So that's a good correction there. But essentially, you're further away from where you wanted to be 5 years later, listening to foolishness. And this woman's probably making money off of you.
I've been on dates with liberal men where we talk about the ideas of our future, and they're like, yeah, me and my partner will work and like both hopefully make 6 figures, dual income. Let's do this. No.
I just don't know if you actually want to date a liberal man. So she starts off the video by saying, as a liberal, I can confidently say that we have created liberal men that we would never desire. And as a liberal woman, I can say I vehemently disagree. I've never experienced this problem, and neither have other liberal women in my life, where we go out to dates with liberal men, and because they have scenarios for their future where their wife also works, they are disgusted. That's the word she uses, by the way. And to me, the only reason that reaction or response would disgust you would be if you were planning to stop working and be a stay-at-home wife or mother at some point anyway, which is totally fine. We all want different things. But then you might not be looking to specifically liberal men to date, because generally speaking, it's probably going to be more likely that they're looking for a dual income relationship. When I go out on dates with liberal men and they're like, yeah, my future is both of us bringing in a lot of money and living our absolute best lives with that money, I love that.
Liberal, conservative, it don't really matter. These women want money.
I'm about to say something that's so pick me. Please don't kick me out of the club, please. But I don't think men necessarily want to be chased. I think they want to know that you like them.
Ladies, the number one mistake you're making if you're still single is you're still dating men who refuse to eat anything but Uncrustables by Smuckers. That is weak chin energy. You all know what I'm talking about. I keep seeing women cutting off the bread crust for their men. That is why you're not attracting the men with the strong jawlines. What you need to do is go to a fancy bakery, buy a loaf of sourdough, keep it on the counter for about a week, and then find a stranger on Hinge, invite him over and say, I bought this bread for you, and see what he does with it. See what he does with it. Is he going to ask you for your help, or is he going to take the initiative? Is he going to put it in the microwave? Maybe he'll saw into it. Maybe he'll just bite it. Breadcrumbs will fly everywhere. They'll hit you. Follow my page.
I'm really having a hard time placing my finger on how silly it can actually get. How much further do we have to go?
What's up with grown-ass men asking grown-ass women, do you want to hang out? Like, first of all, it's the beginning of the month. I have rent, bills. I don't want to hang out. Like, I have too much going on to just hang out. And he's, oh, no, I'm in a date. I still don't want to go on a date with you because that just aggravated me, even asking me to hang out. And this is not a person that I have not gone out on a date with before, just FYI. This is not a person that doesn't know who I am. This is a person that has known me for years. Like, I'm just in a space, like, if you're not adding to a solution, you're adding to a problem. And I'm not giving out my social currency anymore. Going out with me is going to be a vibe. It's going to turn you up. It's going to make you look lit. I'm tired of giving my energy away for nothing, like, just to entertain people. Like, we cannot be out here being court gestures for niggas that don't add to our lives. Like, period. Like, do I want to hang out? No, I could take myself out to hang out for a drink. Especially if I know that you're not even, like, a good time. Like I'm not even going to have fun. No. Bare minimums, bye. Spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Who is he going to be looking lit for? I don't know you, and I still don't know him, so you need to turn that volume up a little bit louder.
I have the hottest take that I haven't seen anyone else say, but it's a very hot take. I think that romance adjacent things like rom-coms or books like that do the same destructive thing to women's brains as it does to men's brains.
I think you're right, actually.
I think it destroys the way that we see relationships. I think it totally sets us up for a unrealistic expectation, and it puts us in toxic situations. And it's the same thing that is to men, and I think it's really bad for women.
I actually stopped dating ever since I started reading all these type of books. And like when I date, I actually date amazing men. Like they're all buying me flowers, doing all the dinners, like everything I said that I'm looking for myself, I get that. But you're right, ever since I've been reading all these fantasy books, I've completely stopped dating because no one can compete with those men in like ACOTAR, like Rhysand.
Yeah.
No one's my Rhysand.
And that's how men feel about no one can compete with these stars, you know? Like it's just it totally disintegrates our view of the other gender.
Why aren't all male gyms a thing?
Like, yes, I know girls are outnumbered in the gym pretty bad usually. So I get why they market all female gyms and all that, but why aren't they a thing for guys? Guys, would you go to something like that?
Is this a serious question?
Fellas, I just wanted to know if y'all was gonna put gas in that lady car. I just wanted them to know if y'all took care of y'all women. But I see a lot of y'all don't take care of y'all women, and that is perfectly fine. Yes, we are independent. Yes, we can do everything ourselves. But you should put gas in that lady car, okay? Because if she go to that gas station and old boy flirt with her, and he take her from you because he willing to put gas in a car all the time, you're gonna be crying, okay? Now go fill that lady gas tank up. All right.
Hola, mi gente. I just wanted to come on here and say I got hit on by my first Asian man today. Asian, I'm not sure if he was Asian, Taiwanese, Vietnamese, Japanese. No disrespect on his race, but I got hit on, like I said. And I'm not sure what he saw in my Latina having ass that he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go hit on that mamacita over there. He literally tapped my shoulder and was like, hey, excuse me. And I was like, yeah? Oh, don't mind that. But he like tapped me real quick. And I was like, yeah? He's like, I just wanted to tell you, you're so beautiful. Can I get your number? With a ball sack that big? Yes, you can get my number. I've never been with an Asian. I don't know what made you say hi to me, say what's up to me, ask for my number, but I gave it to him. He shot his shot. Have I gotten a call from him? Have I gotten a text from him? No. I have a feeling someone dared him because I swear to God, I've never been hit on by an Asian. Never. I don't think I ever will. Like I said, I think this was a dare. I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you guys know if he calls me, text me, because what did he see in my Latina having ass that he was like, let me go holler?
Never mind the man hadn't texted you. Just the fact that he came and asked you out. Main character.
I think that we as a society need to stop saying when someone gets broken up with, oh, you know, he's so much worse off without you, or he'll be back. Just wait and he'll come back. Because almost every person I've ever dated, if not all of them, is so happy and so in love, and they're having a great time, and never once have they circled back. And I'm just here. So if you're in the same boat, don't feel bad, because I feel like everyone's saying, oh, they're gonna come back. They always come back. And I'm like, nobody's coming back to me. So don't feel bad. Or maybe we should both feel bad.
Hey, Shane, why do you think I'm single?
It's probably because you are a... You know what?
Why am I single?
Trick question.
Why am I single?
Trick question.
Why is it a trick question?
Ask Eva.
Why am I single? Why am I single, Natalie?
Because no one's good enough for you.
Aww.
Bingo. Took the words right out of my mouth.
I feel like if you won't self to make sure your kids are okay, you're not a good mom. And that's only saying if there is no other way for you.
There's other ways. There are other ways, okay? There's all type of government assistance. It's there for a reason, okay? Just slow down. We're gonna get through this.
I do not know how I thought that I was gonna find a husband during New York Tech Week. I kid you not. These men do not know how to talk to women. I was thinking in my head, oh yeah, I'm gonna find myself Betty. That tech money. No, that ain't happening. I was literally talking to this guy, not someone that I was like necessarily physically attracted to. I was using my hands, to talk. Accidentally grazed his hand. He freaked out. He was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I touched your hand. I was like, Jesus Christ, you grazed my hand. It's fine. It's not like you grazed my nip. Like, what the
Y'all thinking men gonna risk it all and destroy that tech money bag? It's gonna be a no for me though.
The truth of the matter is, if it wasn't for men's lustful nature, most of y'all women would not be getting the attention that y'all get. Y'all don't have good personalities. Most of y'all egocentric. Most of y'all are narcissists. Most of y'all have very horrible character traits. And the only reason why you get the attention that you do is because men want to sleep with you. If it wasn't for that one little caveat, y'all would not be getting attention. Y'all would be no different than incels.
I like a guy that could be around me and not pay me no mind. You could be a regular dude, a dude with mad bread, whatever it is. When I walk in the room, be like, what's up?
Regular.
And it's regular. And I'm like, what he don't like about me?
So to get you, you gotta ignore you. But then when I get you, I gotta want you. Yeah,
absolutely. Or you're gonna get punched in the throat. Period.
A lot of women are complaining that men are no longer approaching them anymore. And as a man in that equation, I will have some valuable insight for you. For what I've researched, what I've gathered, from what I've asking other men, to what I see, to what I observe. Here is what men are hearing. Don't approach me in the gym, I'm there to work out. Don't approach me at my job, I'm there to work. Don't approach me in the supermarket, I'm there to shop. Don't approach me in the street, I'm trying to get home. Don't approach me in the club, I'm here with my friend just to have a good time. Don't approach me at single nights, at single events. I'm just here to support my friend. I'm just here to make friends with other single women. Where, how, and when then? You let us know. Men don't want to end up on TikTok or social media involved in a story time. I know there are some men who are over the top, inappropriate, who don't approach you the right way. Late at night, when it's just you two on the street, yeah, don't cross over the road and ask her for her number. But besides those limited and very few scenarios, where and how? Where and how?
I made a video talking about how women shouldn't be wearing something to the gym that allows their juices to spill out all over the gym equipment or allows their lips to be hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I knew that the comments would come eventually of women saying, sounds like envy, sis. And let me just reply to that. I am not envious, nor could ever be, of the fact that these women have no self-respect. I'm not saying all women, but a lot of them nowadays in 2025 are going to the gym, dressing in basically lingerie. You might as well be naked at that point because naked would be more comfortable. And then they're recording themselves at the gym, posting it online, or talking about how these men are looking at them and they're being perverted. Girl, I don't envy the fact that you're delusional because these men aren't looking at you most of the time, in a perverted way. They're looking at you because they're like, what the f is this lady wearing to the gym? Nobody wants to touch the gym equipment after you've been touching it with your lips. Like, see, I have my self-respect. If I go to the gym, I'll wear shorts and a tank, like totally fine. But I'm not wearing lingerie to the gym. And that just shows you have no self-respect. Either that, or you're literally going to the gym just to post videos online to get attention about how men can't stop looking at you. And that is so royally. I just think it's crazy that this even has to be said because I feel like the whole situation is common knowledge. So no, I'm not envious. I'm just trying to spread awareness and actually stick up for people who've been called perverts for no good reason.
You are committing adultery. Number 2, consent doesn't exist in marriage. I know this is going to piss a lot of people off, but when you get married, your body belongs to your husband and your husband's body belongs to you. 2 become one, body, mind, soul, and spirit.
No. Full stop. 100% no. This young woman, this pick-me, has no idea what she's talking about, and she is perpetuating culture. She is making the world more dangerous for women, and she should be ashamed of herself. This little pick-me woman who is trying to appeal to the male audience because, you know, she's clearly been indoctrinated by Christianity or some other male-dominated religion, which has told her that she is to be subservient to a man and that her body is not her own. That is the problem with women like this. When they say things like this and they come on this app and say things like this, you are giving men permission to women and you are making women think it's okay. And that is sick. I have been happily married to my husband for 23 years. But I'll tell you what, if I say no, no means no. Just because we signed a piece of paper and we said we're married, that does not give him access to my body. And it does not give me access to his body. This pick-me little girl, and I say girl because she has no lived experience. She's young. She has no idea what she's talking about. And she hasn't even taken 5 seconds to think about what she is saying and how it will affect other people. She's not thinking about the woman who comes home from work and she's terrified to even go into her home because she knows her husband's and then he sees a video like this and you just gave him permission to in another way. She's not thinking about that because she has no lived experience and she's never met anybody who's terrified of their partner. It's sick and demented, and you should truly be ashamed for creating a video like this. Have the day you deserve.
Are you serious? So you're telling me a criminal is going to stop in the middle of doing criminal activities? Man, you know what? I was about to do something criminal. I wanted to stop it. But you know what? After watching this video, I think I'm going to continue in my criminal ways. Just because she said it was okay. I was going to be a good, upstanding citizen. I've been committing crimes for years now. But because I saw this video, I'm going to be criminal. I'm going to continue. She's allowing me to continue to be a criminal. He was doing that anyway. He was going to be that way anyway. That's just what he was doing. I hear what you're saying, but he's a criminal. He follows the path of being a criminal because that's who he is inside. Similar to all of these other men that y'all be saying are terrible and are F-boys. They were following that path anyway. That's why they have been given the title F-boy, because they've been doing it. He didn't need her permission to do it. He was doing it anyway.
Ladies, I hate to break it to you, but the idea of a high-value man is a myth. And I'm about to prove it to you with case-by-case analysis. You keep hearing it online. The man you choose will determine the quality of your life. if you want a high value man, do X, Y, and Z. Blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. If you actually look at the most powerful, sovereign women that are in relationships with high value men, the man didn't actually elevate the woman. If anything, the woman elevated the man. And when the man did what men do, cheat, embarrass, underdeliver, these women didn't fold. They actually transmuted their pain into more power, more money, more brand equity, and more sovereignty. A sovereign woman will always be the source. And when you are the source, no man can add value to you. They can only extract from you. So in this series, I'm going to break it down couple by couple. We are going to look at Cardi B and Offset, Jay-Z and Beyonce, Ciara and Russell Wilson. This one's going to hurt your feelings. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, Rihanna and A$AP Rocky, Keke Palmer and her baby daddy, Ashanti and Nelly, Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown, and last but certainly not least, Halle Bailey and DDG. So if you're ready to stop chasing this high value man fantasy and tap into your own frequency, stick around, bestie. It's gonna get good.
Foolishness. It really is foolishness. Ciara made Russell Wilson. She elevated him? How? The man already won a Super Bowl. Jay-Z was elevated by Beyonce. Jay-Z already built an entire record label. He built an entire record label. Tiger Woods, Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, Bill Gates, they were already doing it. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they were already doing it. I was doing it, and I was going to do it with or without you. I was doing it before you came along. They already knew me. And now that you're here, wow, great. Cardi B and Offset, he was already doing it. He was already doing, maybe he's not making as much money as Cardi B. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't. He was going to pull anyway because he's a musician and a celebrity. What are we doing here? You guys think you're more important than you actually are.
Women with nice bodies can sell y'all anything, and it needs to be studied. It needs to be studied because the way y'all acted over that Body by Raven situation, y'all standing outside in the hot sun, passing out for ice cream and pizza, just so that you can buy a 2-piece set that look like it came from AliExpress and Alibaba. It might be called Body by Raven, but you ain't got no body like Raven. You know how they say if a woman like a man enough, she'll lie to herself. The same must apply when y'all like certain women. Like Jada Waiter and Raven. When y'all are really obsessed with certain girls, when they start these clothing lines and these brands, somehow you lie to yourself and think that you're going to look like they look in their clothes. But y'all lost the art of wearing clothes that look good on your body. You so caught up in these fads and these trends and trying to look like the next IG model that you forgot what you look like, how your body is shaped, and what actually looks good on you versus what looks good on other people. Right? Everybody ain't meant to wear certain things. Everything don't look good on everybody. Just because it look good on the next girl don't mean it's fit and meant for your body type. Y'all do this with gym girls too. Y'all stay following girls who got completely different body types than you and sitting up talking about body goals. That's a goal you're never going to be able to achieve because you don't have her body. You don't have her genetics. You sitting somewhere petite with a short torso and you somewhere following tall girls with long torsos and small rib cages, and somehow you think that you're going to look like them. It ain't enough squats in the world that's going to get some of y'all big glutes because you just ain't got it, right? But again, y'all be delusional and y'all be lying to y'allself, and that be the problem.
Okay, so I want to tell y'all about what happened at the gym yesterday. Okay, so there's this guy that is always like looking at me. I swear, and it's so funny because If I go in the middle of the day, he's there in the middle of the day. If I go in the morning, he's there in the morning. If I go in the evening, I don't care if it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, he's there. He's there. I was like, bro, okay. He's always staring at me. Staring OD. Like, intense stare. Like, the stares are more than 5 seconds. More than 2 is crazy, but 5? That's insane. So he's not bad looking at all. Like, he looked like he was around my age. Like, and I just see him, like, literally ever since I've been in this gym. And I've been in this gym, like, for, like, 6 weeks. Like, I'm like, am I tripping? So I was telling my friend, I was like, girl, like, this man is always staring at me. And she caught him, like, at the end of our workout. She said, you should wave. I'm like, he should have been came up to me. Why am I waving? Like, no, like, if you're interested, come up to me. So I finally did it. I finally got the courage to be like, this man starts waving OD, like, hey. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, okay, like, we're not gonna make it weird. Like, I'm gonna just walk up to him. So I did. And I was like, do you be staring at me all the time? Like, what? Y'all, this man was like, for sure. I definitely be staring at you. Like, and it's so funny because, like, when I'm here, you're here. It must be a sign because I'm definitely looking at you every time. Like, mad confidence. Like, no, yeah. You got that right. I was staring at you. Like, you look good. Me not expecting him to come with all that. Like, I was not expecting him to be like, yeah, for sure. Like, that's what he said. Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely looking at you. Like, what? I started smiling OD because a man with confidence, yeah, you my type for sure. And the rest is history, so we're friends now. Yeah.
Most men will act like this. They're not going to play games, and they're not going to lie about it. You gave the open door, and he walked straight through it. Imagine that.
Y'all, Cassie's husband is the definition of unconditional love.
Okay. Let's keep listening.
And I love that for her.
You know how I know good men exist?
How?
Because Cassie's husband, Alex Fine, exists. Because Sierra's husband, Russell Wilson, exists.
I'm starting to see a pattern, but let's keep listening.
Cassie's husband, Alex.
Right.
That man ain't nothing. He ain't got nothing but God pumping through his veins.
Don't blame it on God.
Truly an angel.
All right, let's listen to two more.
May all my girlies find a love that resembles the love that Alex Fine has for Cassie. Like, what a beautiful demonstration of what it means to be loved fully and fearlessly. And
I'm gonna give a little bit of my take real quick. From what we've seen so far, it seems like there are a lot of women who don't really care what the love of their life receives, and they only care about what they receive from the love of their life. Let's keep listening.
Thing y'all think of is, what's your husband gonna feel? It's because too much of y'all manhood is tied to y'all ego. A lot of y'all not ready to help your girl carry her baggage.
somebody go check on Alex.
Yeah.
Somebody go check on Alex.
Right now.
I mean, to have to sit through this court case and hear all of those horrible things that your wife had to endure.
Oh.
But the worst part is listening to somebody say they urinated in your wife's mouth.
This is what happy wife, happy life culture looks like. This is what always listen to your wife looks like. This is what ignore my past and focus on my non-existent future looks like. Y'all, this is what it is. Like, too many men's egos are tied to whatever the f*** he said. What else in life, other than men dating women, because women wouldn't even do it. What else in life do you not vet the past of whatever you're going into? If it's a business relationship, if it's buying a car, if it's anything else, what else do you just totally negate the past of the person or the item or the business or the entity? What else do you negate the past of it for? In what other situation? I don't know who tricked so many women into believing that like their past doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter to a man. But y'all gotta take that shit, ball it up, and throw it in the trash. If you start dating a man and you find out he used to beat on women, you find out he used to be weird with kids, you find out he used to hog tie women, because I feel like y'all not really listening to the massive majority of shit Cassie is explaining was done voluntarily. Like, she would coordinate some of it. She would call her favorite escorts. Even after she escaped Diddy, she kept the line of communication open and reached out to him for another freak off. Diddy wasn't even on her line. Like, she reached out.
Notwithstanding all of that stuff that P. Diddy was doing, all of that foolishness, putting his hands on her, obviously that's a criminal offense. But this is what we be talking about. And I think a man in the comments said it perfectly. You've got to endure trauma with a woman to be considered a good man. You got to allow her to have a past of foolishness and then overlook all of it in order to be considered a good man. What?
There is an epidemic that we need to talk about. Why is it that men ignore you in person? What's going on? And you know what? You're probably thinking this has only happened to me once and I'm making a video about it. But no, this has been happening years. It's 8 years. So, for example, when I was in college, I was hanging out with this guy like on and off for a while. And I would see him at the bar all the time and he would never say anything to me, which was just, oh my God. But one time, my best friend went up to this girl that he was standing next to that he was like friends with. And she starts talking to her. And I'm with my friend, obviously. He looks at me, eyes wide open, and then turns around, walks away as fast as he possibly could, all the way out the bar. All the way out the bar. And then 30 minutes later snapped me and told me to come hang out. I was like, no. Same guy. About a year ago, me and my two best friends were walking to the bar out of the Uber, and we see him and his two friends coming to the bar at the same time. Literally, to go up to this bar, you have to go up all these stairs. This man stops at the bottom of the stairs with his two friends and waits for me and my friends to go up the stairs, get our IDs checked, pay cover, and go inside before he walks in. And I turn around and I see him just staring at me from the bottom of the stairs, waiting for me to finish. Oh my God, just like you can literally just say hey and that's it, and it wouldn't be a big deal. And you know what? He's not the only one. Because like he's not. There are more. This one guy, I was snapping him for months. I would see this man at the gym all the time and he would never say hi to me. Never. Ever. And you know what? One time I was working out right next to him for like 20 minutes, didn't say a word. And if you think that's bad, it's really not, because the same guy, one time I had literally just Snapchatted him first, by the way. I was in the Uber, my friend and I get out of the Uber to go in line for this bar, and we see him getting in line for the bar. And so obviously we're behind this man in line. We were in line right next to each other for an hour and a half. And he did not say hi to me once. And you know what? I did call him out for that. I did Snapchat him after he just like disappeared at one point. I Snapchatted him and I was like, I don't know, I called him out. I was like, wasn't that you in line or something? This man responded with, think I would have recognized you. I threw my phone. Another guy. I knew this man for like 4 years. We were snapping on and off. In those 4 years, we hung out a couple times somewhere in the middle of college. I don't know. This guy, oh my God, me and my friend were sitting at the bar, sitting at a table. He is sitting at the table right next to us. Keep in mind, the bar is empty because it's in the middle of summer. He is sitting at the table next to us, just Snapchatting me. And I told him to come say hi to me. He gets up, finally, after I tell him to come say hi, gets up, comes up to me, says, hey, I gotta go piss, and goes to the bathroom. What the Another guy. I hung out with him a couple times. My two friends that I was at the bar with one night were talking to his friends that they knew, and he was with them. And it was just me and him, not talking to anyone, standing right next to each other. This man took his hat, his baseball cap, brought it down to his eyes, like right here, and covered his eyes and just looked down so that he wouldn't have to make eye contact with me and have to say something. This is like so sad. You would think that this is all, but no. It keeps going. Another guy, hung out with him a couple times. I actually thought he was nice, and I actually did think he was, I thought he was nice, okay? This guy, I see him at the bar, he is just ignoring me, so I'm literally staring at him, waiting for him to say hi to me. I'm standing right next to him and just staring at him, waiting for him to say something. He doesn't say anything at all. He looks at me, but doesn't say anything. And then 10 minutes after I left the bar, he Snapchats me and says something about me acting weird. I was like, why is it weird to expect you to say hi to me? No, like, for real. Like, is it that weird for guys to say hi to you? Like, since when is that normal? Like, what? Anyways, I decided I was never gonna speak to a man again if they do that, and I have been boy sober for 9 months. So, yeah.
There's a lot of men out here about done making the first move. They'd rather ignore you, rather be across the gym or wherever it is, across the bar, across the club, across the grocery store. Doesn't really matter. I would rather not get into anything. You might be a nice person, who knows? But, we can snap, keep it at a distance, don't want any drama, and we'll leave it at that. You have a good day.
This was per request. Why does he ignore me? Actually, the request was, why does my provider man ignore me? But I'm just going to put it in general. Why men ignore women. Okay? So, why do men ignore women? Why do they ignore me? They say they love me, they pay for stuff, they give me money, but then they ignore me. They're not ignoring you. Okay, let me say that again for the people in the back. They are not ignoring you. They're living life. You are sitting there waiting on them to pay attention to you. You know, that thing called life? They're doing things, working, watching Netflix, taking a shower, sleeping, doing research, eating, visiting family members. Okay? They're not ignoring you. They're busy, baby. Get some business too so you can be busy. If you feel like a man is ignoring you, it's because you don't have a life, darling. And they do. So, time to get alive. Men are not like women unless they are very insecure. Men don't need a lot of attention and presence to feel like they're loved. Okay? They don't need you to be all up under them all the time. They don't need you to know where they are every second of the day. They don't need to be in communication with you 24/7. Okay? That's not what men do. But some strange reason, women feel like they're supposed to be attached at the hip, at the phone, in the mind, and be one person. As soon as they go on date 2 or 3. And that's where y'all mess it up. And, women have this weird thing where when they go on 2 dates, and if that man is not in constant communication as he was or prior to meeting, that something is wrong. No, he done met you. He done ate with you, paid for your food. Now he's either on to the next or busy working, and he'll call you when he feel like it. He's not your man. He ain't your husband. He ain't even your boyfriend. He just took you out and paid for your food and answers questions. But you're emotional over this man now. You're typing in the comments, how come he don't call me or text me? You are having some type of feeling about some dude you just ate dinner with and answered his questions. Okay? So men don't ignore you. They're living their lives, which you should also be too. This is true, right? Then he come back 4 months later. Hey, yeah, he want another date. Pick up where he left off. Okay, and you shouldn't be mad about it because if he forgot about you, but you remember him and the date he didn't call back, and all the last message you sent him, A, B, C, and D, you remember, and you done got a voodoo doll and put his name on it. Y'all doing too much. So, right. How can you get a shade on Facebook? Well, you need to join some type of Facebook group that has a lot of wealthy men in it. Go find a Facebook group that has wealthy men in it by topic. Some type of club or something. Bentley owners, pilots, something. Thank you, Suad. He ignored me when I started acting like a fool, arguing, asking where we are, a couple of what? asking what we are, a couple of what, trying to understand each word, action, silence. Suad B. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. You're too desperate. You know, if you don't know what you are to that man, and he hasn't given you a title yet, you asking him what you are to him? What are we, a couple? No. Has he asked you to be his girlfriend? Sprinkle, sprinkle, but we got to be logical, sweetie. We have to be logical. Did he say, will you be my girlfriend? If the answer is no, you're not a couple. Okay? He's not answering you because that hasn't even crossed his mind, obviously. Basically, what he's telling you is you are not worthy of being my girlfriend. I don't want to claim you. I am not going to say anything because I'm going to let you think whatever you're thinking. Because obviously you like me more than I like you. So I'm going to let that build. Okay, that's exactly what that man is thinking right there. If I have to ask you what we are, it's going to be from a distance on the phone while I'm on a date with somebody else. Because you calling me, bugging me on my date. Okay? So we shouldn't be asking men, what are we? If he hadn't asked you to be his woman, his girlfriend, whatever, then that's what you are. Someone he's dating. And dating doesn't mean commitment. It just means I take you out to eat and do some stuff every now and then. That's all it means. To him, anyway. And try to get you in a bed before I make a commitment if you're dumb enough. So, dating for men means I'm going to take you out as many times as I can afford to see how long it's going to take me to sleep with you. And if it takes too long, I might spend some money or I might go get another one. Let's see how smart you are, lady. Okay? And that's the game. So, if you're smarter than him, you know what you can do. If he's smarter than you, he knows what he can do. So, we're going to be smarter than him, right? 10:25. Thank you.
You know, it really doesn't matter how much advice you give these women. They're terrible people. These women are terrible people. They don't have a life of their own. They're not very good at communication. And this is why they're in the position that they are. How can I get a man to pay attention to me? Why is my man ignoring me? Because he has a life. Because he has a job. He doesn't have time to sit up under your armpit. And that's a fact. I want this man to pay attention to me at all point in time. No, I have to make money. What are you thinking? I want this man to think I'm a movie star. I'm a celebrity. You're not. You might look nice, like to be around you, but I still need to make money in order to live. I can't be staring you in the face at all times of the day and night. That's weird. Why don't you go find a movie to watch or something like that? Where can I find this man? Where can I find this type of man? How about you go out and start finding a job? How about you go out and start working, and maybe you'll find somebody at work and y'all will have some mutual interest, some common things that you like, some values in common, and y'all will love each other for the rest of your lives. How about that? No, you're not worried about that. You're worried about being involved in stupidity and doing the wrong thing. So whatever you get out here is what you get. All I can say is be careful.